I have been the victim of a crime.
Everything Willow has lost, that's on you. You knew what you were doing. Now it may cost you. This feels like a trap. Britt is our best lead.
How did you survive Heather's attack?
Somebody needs to call an ambulance.
Welcome to General Hospital Forever, your channel for all things General Hospital. Relive iconic moments, beloved characters, and timeless drama. Subscribe now to keep the legacy alive. Drew adds more enemies to his ever-growing list. And what the heck just happened to Maxie? Summary: Joss is spooked after shooting the assassin, Stella and Martin are in difficulty, Jens and Marco have a new dilemma, and Britt and Jason meet in secret. Curtis and Portia enjoy the afterglow of making love in bed, and are determined to make their marriage work. Two officials from the New York State Office of Fraud visit Stella at the hospital and ask questions. Jordan, Felicia, and Isaiah rush to her aid, but Stella insists on answering their questions, so they proceed to a private room. Is Stella going to jail? Back at Curtis and Portia's, the doctor's phone rings, and Portia is surprised to see it is Jordan. She is extremely annoyed when Jordan says that Curtis' phone is turned off, and that this is an emergency. She tells Curtis about Stella's condition, and he promises to get there immediately away. Portia and Curtis return to the hospital, and the co-chief of staff promises to investigate. Can Brooklyn forgive Lois? Brooklyn informs Flora that she will not be the on-air representative today because to Lucy's previous ambush. Flora chatted with Lois, and she believes that they are both hurting. Brooklyn believes her mother should have told her everything when she initially began thinking about locating her child, and she might have saved Gio so much misery. Furthermore, she could have been able to establish a relationship with him. Flora informs Brooklyn that she has no way of knowing how things with Gio would have turned out, and she needs to choose whether there is enough love to re-establish her relationship with her mother. A producer then contacts Flora to go over the pre-show rundown. Brooklyn praises her for the conversation. Will Maxie turn Sunny over to the police? Maxie speaks with Martin and wants to know if she goes against her partner's preferences on a legal topic, they will force her out of deception. He claims they cannot compel her to leave, but her personal and professional relationships with them may not last. Is Jens just playing games with Lucy? Following a special meal at Windmere, Lucy and Jens venture to one of Port Charles's most perilous areas, the parapet. She hopes she could stay, but she needs to work in the home and heart studio on a new product launch. He vows to tune in since he cannot get enough of her. Because a home shopping show on cosmetics sounds like something Jens would watch. Marco arrives and witnesses Sidwell give Lucy a tiny kiss for luck. She flees, and Sidwell adds that Lucy will be on TV tonight, and he is looking forward to seeing it. Marco worries how close his father and Lucy have grown. Maxie's deception back at home and heart, Maxie informs Martin that she wants him to set up a meeting with the DA for her, but her co-workers are unaware. He cautions against it. Lucy and Brooklyn appear, Martin departs, and the women are curious as to what she was discussing with Martin. Before Maxie can say anything, a woman approaches Lucy to prepare her for TV. Brooklyn chats with Maxie and apologizes for dropping out of the hosting gig. Maxie understands and Brooklyn thinks she is the best, so they embrace. Maxie is definitely concerned, and she hopes that her friend will always feel this way about her. Flora soon welcomes Lucy and Maxie on air to present their new product, the Youth Truth line based on their patented serum. Maxie was given a specific product to use on camera before they appeared on the show. It is not mysterious at all. Martin to Stella's rescue. Maybe not. Martin returns to the hospital after being summoned by Felicia, interrupting Stella's meeting. He presents himself as her attorney. The feds say he cannot represent Mrs. Henry since he is a person of interest in their inquiry, and they have questions for him as well. Turner gets an earful. Turner listens from behind the corner as Drew informs Sunny that unless he accomplishes what he wants, Michael will be imprisoned for assaulting him tonight, which means Willow will reclaim her children. Drew urges him to persuade Michael to grant Willow visiting rights, sell his peers to Jens, and leave town. Sunny claims Michael will not allow Willow to see the children. Their well-being is more important to him than his own. Drew said Michael lost control tonight, demonstrating how violent he can be, and all he had to do was talk to Wiley for a second. Sonny becomes enraged, saying, "You exploited my grandson to get to my son." Sonny claims this will not bring him Willow back because she knows what a loser he is. Drew asks if he will do what he wants or let Michael go to prison. Sonny refuses to accept and sends Drew away. Turner arrives from concealment, horrified that Congressman Kane had just tried to extort Sonny. He informs her that she not only had a fantastic supper today, but she also got to know the real Drew Kane. Sonny immediately convinces her that she cannot do anything with what she knows because Drew will accuse her of corruption and bribery. She tells him that he cannot retaliate either. Sidwell, tired of Congressman Cutthroat at Windermere, Jens tells his kid that he thinks Lucy is a great and kind person. Suddenly, Drew bursts in to proclaim his apparent victory over Sonny. Drew tells him everything that happened tonight with Michael and Sonny, but Sidwell does not understand how sending Michael to prison can benefit them. Drew claims that Michael going to jail will bring Willow her children back. Sidwell claims that removing Michael removes Sonny's motive to collaborate with them, and he will simply retaliate, which is risky. Britt and Jason exchange glances across the globe, where it is also nighttime at the Five Poppies. Britt runs to Pascal and pulls him away. She declares loudly that she will remain in her room until the lab's air conditioning is repaired, as she is unable to use the computer in such heat. She goes away and Pascal returns to Jason. In their room, Joss recalls shooting Cyrus shortly after firing at the assassin strangling Vaughn. Vaughn tries to talk to the assassin and find out who sent him. He cannot speak since he was hit in the throat and is bleeding out. Vaughn searches him, then suffocates him with a pillow. Vaughn claims their cover has been compromised and they must leave. Joss suggests that they can preserve the mission if she can convince Britt to talk to her about Dalton and his cold fusion experiment. Vaughn believes they can probably buy themselves 24 hours, and they must eliminate the assassin by dumping him off the neighboring cliffs. After discarding the body, Vaughn proposes that Joss, who has blood on her hands, get cleaned up while he updates Brennan. Meanwhile, Pascal takes Jason to the bar for drinks and live music, while Britt goes to her room, startled. During the show is last moments Stella and Martin leave the hospital after their interview, and she is surprised to see Curtis and Portia. Martin wonders if Stella has ever faced this kind of scrutiny before. She has never done it before and has no idea why now, but it is evident Martin suspects, and Drew has created himself another enemy. Portia lashes out at the two feds, demanding to know on what basis they are questioning her staff, as the hospital is unaware of any insurance claims inquiry. When they indicate they report to someone higher up, Curtis becomes skeptical. Turner has an empathetic shift toward him at Sonny's, observing that he is portrayed as a monster in the news, yet Drew was the one who threatened him tonight. She believes Kane is likely to be the type of politician who abuses all kinds of laws, and she tells Sonny that she will find a way to bring him down. Sonny is grateful to Justine. Drew admits at Windermere that he will have to find another method to deal with Sonny, but he swears to be the one to reconnect Willow with her children. He leaves and Marco tells his father that Kane no longer appears to be of much service to them. Sidwell fears he will soon become a liability. Hopefully, someone will try to take Drew's life soon. On television, Maxie has to keep Lucy from talking about the nurse's ball and her beautiful life while relating their products to the average woman. She begins applying their new night mask to her face to demonstrate how it works. That is when she appears to get dizzy and passes out. Is this what Sidwell was looking for? Vaughn knocks on the bathroom door at the Five Poppies, while Joss sits completely clothed in the bathtub, reliving the shooting of the assassin and Cyrus. He enters the stall, sits next to her, kisses her hand, and wraps his arms around her. Britt is finally lying in bed when her door opens. She gets up and Jason stands there. Thanks for watching GH Forever. Don't forget to like and comment your favorite moments. Subscribe for more GH nostalgia. See you in the next episode.